As some of you may know, I'm a huge fan of tea. And what goes better with tea than a good scone? So I've tried a lot of different scones in my time, and there's always things I like and things I don't like. Whether that's the moistness, the flavors, the shape, I can never find one that has everything that I want. So today I'm going to be trying out 3 different scone recipes, and hopefully I'll be able to figure out which part of each recipe led to whatever texture or flavor that I really loved, and eventually maybe we can create a perfect scone recipe. For me, your results may vary. Today we're going to be making 3 different types of scones. 2 of them are going to be recipes from 2 places that I've been myself and purchased their cookbooks, and then 1 is from Chef John at foodwishes.com because he is amazing and has never steered me wrong. If we break down scone recipes, they all have the same basic parts. We have flour, sugar. This is special because I put some used vanilla pods in here, so it's technically vanilla sugar now, hypothetically. We have some sort of leavener, some sort of moistener, dairy, liquid type deal. Butter. I have 3 of these in the freezer right now. So much butter. Salt, kosher salt, and we have extras. For my Alice's Teacups mixed berry scone, I have raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Unfortunately, the grocery stores have blueberries, but you know what? Blueberries don't have that much flavor. For Chef John's white chocolate raspberry scone, I have white chocolate and raspberries, which I actually dried already. Dried raspberries. For Petite Soleil scones, the recipe doesn't suggest one particular filling or other, but when I was there for my honeymoon, they had a chocolate chunk and cherry scone, so I'm gonna try to recreate them. Today, I thought I would try Alice's Teacups mixed berry scones. This one needs unsalted butter cut into pieces, so let's start there. You know what I find the most fun about my videos? I get to cut out all the effort. Like, you only see the most fun parts of the process. Sugar next. Sugar, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. I'm gonna mix with my hand.
What's the benefit to mixing with your hand?
I don't have to dirty a spoon. Butter time, almost butter time. Okay, I think this is pretty good, and I also think it's starting to melt, so I think we should be finished. Oh wow, these look great.
Oh, they're perfectly ripe. I bet they taste like candy.
You wanna try one?
Yeah. Thanks. Oh, that's a summer taste right there.
That looks good to me, huh?
That looks great.
We're just gonna mix it together till it's just together. We don't want to knead. We want to develop as little gluten as possible. Okay, I think this is done. I'm just gonna see if this works. There was some dry still in here. It was hiding from me. This is how I'm squishing it together without kneading.
Second question, how do you move it? Nicely done.
I've learned some hacks. So we have sugar for sprinkling, milk for brushing. I don't have heavy cream. Maybe that'll make a difference. Ooh, it's very wet.
Just squish the fruit back in.
Squish! At least we know that they shouldn't spread too much.
Set timer for 12 minutes.
Roll it around. Eight tablespoons of butter frozen, and it wants it grated. This has been in the freezer since last night. One time I was talking to a friend about how I cut myself on dried pasta, and she told me about how she cut herself on frozen butter just because it was that cold. Here's what I'm gonna do. Good enough. Okay. That's frozen butter. 4 cups of flour. Okay. Baking powder. 1 tablespoon. How many teaspoons are in a tablespoon?
3.2.
Okay.
Oh God, I don't, just do 3.
Okay. This is the heavy cream. The butter fat's in the way. Hold on. It's so many scones. Like, look how big this is. Obviously, we need more. This is hopefully gonna look a little better. Oh, this bowl is cold. Oh my God. This seems a little dry to me because we didn't have the full 2 cups. So I'm just gonna add a splash of milk. I mean, at least it's staying together like that. And I'm not supposed to need, but there's so much just flour in here. I'm literally getting pricked by the chocolate. Is that more or less fun than being cut by a...
Butter?
Yeah. I'm gonna call this here. Cause like from my experience with pie, we don't want to overwork it, but also we can let it sit in the fridge and it'll hydrate.
You're such an engineer.
It wasn't perfect, but it could have gone worse. I don't like this. Looks like a good flaky texture at least. Okay.
I need a reaction. I need you to talk about that experience.
I didn't like it. I'm not gonna do this half right now.
Yeah, just one batch at a time.
This one. Wow, these are gonna be very different sizes because I wasn't able to get it like completely flat, like the same thickness. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh my God, the cherries. Should have pre-cut them. If you're gonna try this, pre-cut your cherries. Ready? Okay. I believe that was a 16-minute timer.
Oh yeah, those look great.
I don't have a recipe book for Chef John, although if he made one, I would 100% buy it. But according to his online recipe, I need 5 tablespoons of frozen butter, and that will also be grated. Something that I feel like I should mention is that in the recipes, they both actually state grate directly into the dry mixture, but I think it's gonna be fine.
I'm kind of thinking about why that would be, and my guess is the dry mixture would coat the individual curls of butter, that it would disperse.
Yes, so I'm going to just break them up myself. Like, I'm aware that logically in pastry theory, that is what they are wanting.
Pastry theory, I love it. It is a science, isn't it?
Oh, baking is a science. Unfortunately for me. So what's interesting about this recipe is it essentially uses, cocoa butter, the cocoa butter in the white chocolate in place of some actual butter. And that's one of the reasons I really wanted to try this recipe, because I was just fascinated by that concept. You can eat this.
Oh, thank you.
It looks like Parmesan cheese. These are the dried raspberries that I made. So we need only half a cup of these. Okay, 2 cups of flour. I think at the bottom it says if you like your scones sweet, add an extra
Tablespoon.
Yeah, add an extra tablespoon. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons. Salt and baking powder. 4 teaspoons of baking powder. 4 teaspoons, that's so much. This recipe specifically wants me to use a fork. And then it wants me to add the white chocolate. That's gorgeous.
That's pretty.
Okay, we need 3/4 cups of milk. Milk. Oh, we need sour cream.
Sour cream.
My name is Alexander Hamilton. We were supposed to grate it directly in, but I said no. Because look, it still falls apart. It's on its own. Put the dough on a generously floured work surface, but I don't trust myself to clean that, so we're using a silicone mat instead. I knew there was still some dry at the bottom. We sprinkle the raspberries on top of here. Okay, I totally forgot that I wanted to do this. Are they too big? Probably. Will they be delicious?
Yes.
Now we use the vegetable scraper and we fold it into thirds. That's the most graceful baking thing I've ever done. This recipe is supposed to have an egg milk wash, but I don't really feel like opening up a whole other egg, so I have these leftover egg yolks, and one broke, so just gonna mix that in, and that'll be good enough. If I remember the recipe correctly, this recipe only makes like 4 scones. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like cut in half, triangles, done. This was the easiest to work with. Ooh, beautiful. Love that. That's a nice wash. $25 minutes. My original plan for the end of this video was to have a big tea party with a bunch of my friends, and we'd have platters of sandwiches and scones, and we'd all try them and give feedback, but a nasty little virus has wreaked havoc with that plan. But I don't want to be the only one tasting, so welcome to the channel.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Are you excited to taste some scones?
So excited. They look amazing.
Oh, I'd also like to point out, I made clotted cream from scratch.
Which tea is this?
The one that you made, the strawberry puer.
Oh, yes.
So we have 3 scones that we can try.
Okay.
Which one should we do first?
Oh my god. Let's do the berry one first.
Awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, l'chaim.
L'chaim. Mmm.
That's so good.
It's delicious.
So moist.
It's more moist than I expect a scone to be, which I like. Like, it feels like it's halfway between a scone and a muffin. What
Oh.
fruit?
Okay, so this is the Alice's mixed berry. How does 3/4? I remember cutting 3 sticks of butter. And, oh no.
Oh no, too much butter.
Oh no.
It made it all moist and yummy. You put in a cup and a half? Instead of...
3/4.
So you put in twice as much butter.
Yep.
That's why it's so good.
And that's why it fell apart.
That's why it went splurk and got all brown.
I just can't make a single recipe without screwing it up.
Isn't the point that you're trying?
Yeah, there's a difference between screwing it up and like it still turning out great versus screwing it up and it not turning out great. And this turned out great.
That's a good point. It's not like the first loaf of bread.
No.
Okay, what do you want to try next?
Ooh, the chocolate cherry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the big half.
That's like really good flaky. It's kind of dry. It's a dry scone.
Mm-hmm. The texture is really good for the dry scone. If this had wider fruit in it, I would like it more.
I'm gonna try a thicker piece because I'm worried that like maybe it underbaked over here. But no, it actually still looks really good.
Should have doubled the butter.
It's much moister on the thick side. So I have to cut it evenly next time. Who would have guessed?
The chocolatey flavor comes through really nicely. The cherry is like very background note.
I should have chopped up the cherries.
Flavor-wise, that is an excellent chocolate scone. The cherry is kind of missing of it.
Also, like, there's no vanilla extract in there.
Yeah,
so you're
it's
just
true.
getting the butter.
Yeah, you're just getting butter and chocolate.
Shall we? I'm
Let's
just
do
gonna
it.
take, oop, that was a big hunk. Do I need this whole hunk? No. Am I gonna eat it anyway? Yeah.
Save the best for last, huh?
I guess. I mean, maybe. I mean, we saved the most aesthetically pleasing for last.
That's really good.
Here's what I struggle with this one. With both of these, I was getting filling in every bite. With this one, because it's so massive, it's like hard to get the whole thing in my mouth. And so it's like sometimes I'm just not gonna get filling. You know, so like browned and crusted a lot. I think it's the egg wash that we put on top.
I feel like it's like the right texture and moisture for a scone.
I'm really bummed because of these two, which I've tried in real life. The Alice's Teacup scone was definitely moister. But you know, not a cup and a half of butter moist. That's my fault. So I feel like I'm not getting my good representation of a moist scone because of that. Something else that's really interesting, actually. This has sour cream in it. That had heavy cream. This had buttermilk. I didn't get any tang, and I was expecting to.
I didn't get a tang, but I also felt like this one was more like one note sweet.
I like this one.
Yeah, I like it too. These raspberries are so dry that the flavor is there, but then it's also like a lot of the texture is just from the seeds that are in it.
I mean, why not just like half hydrate? I meant like half dehydrate, I guess.
Oh, but I will say they're all very good. I don't know. I don't think any of these are like A+, like knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with 3 like A- scones.
They probably could be A+, or at least A's if I was a better baker.
Shayna, it takes a very good baker to make A- scones on your first time making scones in forever.
I've never made scones before.
You've never made scones.
I have a story. Okay, when I was a kid, you know how in the before times, Costco used to do like samples, right? So this one time, oh my God, you just unlocked this for me in my brain. I knew nothing about baking, zero. It's like my experience was an easy bake oven. So we're at Costco and what they had was, I don't know what, like what we were tasting was scones and like a raspberry, not quite like a custard, but something like that, some raspberry topping. It required tempered eggs, which is important because I didn't know how to make tempered eggs. So I think you can understand where that part of the story is going.
You tried to remake it?
I tried to make it all at home. I tried to make scones from scratch and this raspberry cream topping from scratch. And I had scrambled raspberry eggs, and I don't know what happened to the scones, but I bet I didn't like them very much.
Scrambled raspberry eggs.
Yeah.
I would suggest lemon curd as a topping.
It was raspberry curd. That's what the thing was at Costco. So I tried to make raspberry curd, and I got curds and raspberries.
So this turned out better than that.
So much better than that. So yes, you're right. It is much better than the scones that I made when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I think I need to try again in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Until next time, cheers. These are the dried raspberries.
Closer to the camera. Oh my God. Nice catch.
Tell me we're rolling.
We were.
Good.
We were rolling.
I'm gonna stir the sour cream and milk together.
Yep, got that.